Hi, I'm Rahel Philipose and you are listening to Three Things, the Indian Express News Show. In this episode, we talk about why young men from Punjab are increasingly seeking brides with good IELTS scores. We also give you a quick update on Haryana's Nuh, where communal clashes erupted last week. But first, we talk about the shooting on board the Jaipur-Mumbai train. Last week, Chetan Singh, a constable from the Railway Protection Force, shot his senior, Assistant Sub-Inspector Tikaram Meena, on board the train. After that, he proceeded to move from one coach to another, opening fire on 3 more passengers and killing all of them. Now, it's important to note that all these 3 victims of this shooting belong to the minority community. And a relative of one of the victims alleged that Chetan Singh asked for the victim's name to confirm his religion before proceeding to shoot him. In fact, an apparent video from the train has been making rounds on social media where Chetan can be heard allegedly making comments that are communal in nature. Now, this incident led to a political row where leaders like Asauddin Owaisi termed the shooting as a hate crime, and the Congress's spokesperson Supriya Srinath came out strongly criticizing the BJP for spreading such hatred among the people.
योगी और मोदी की ये नफरत ने इस देश के लोगों को दरिंदा और हैवान बना के रख दिया। ये क्या हो गया है इस देश में? और कब सोचेंगे हम कि नफरत के चलते हम इस देश में ज़ॉम्बीज बना रहे हैं, हम इस देश में चलते फिरते हैवान बना रहे हैं। आज चेतन सिंह था, कल कोई और होगा। इस पर विचार कब होगा?
To know more about what happened that night, we speak to the Indian Express's Sweety Adimulam in this segment. So, Sweety, can you walk us through what exactly happened last week on the Jaipur-Mumbai Superfast Express train?
Yeah, on July 31st at around 5:15 a.m. when the train was moving towards Mumbai Central, it's when the Vaitarna, it crossed the railway station. That's when the firing took place. Chetan Singh is the RPF constable. He has shot his ASI, Tikaram Meena. It was told in the FIR copy by another constable who was also on the escort duty that day in the same train. And in his statement, Mr. Amay, who was the constable, has told that Chetan was having an argument with ASI Tikaram. He was complaining of restlessness. He wanted to be relieved as early. However, ASI Tikaram had convinced him, saying that Borivali station will be coming in next 1 hour. So he should wait for a while so he can go to his place and rest over there. So that's when it triggered him and the firing took place. So police have filed an FIR and now they are taking the witnesses' statements also to corroborate the entire event, what exactly happened during that day.
Right. And after Chetan Singh shot his senior, he went from coach to coach and shot 3 more people. Now, when you spoke to other passengers on the train, did they tell you what happened?
So yeah, we spoke to almost 20 people. So in B5 coach, people were telling us that the passengers who were traveling, that the first firing that they heard was near the corridors in B5, which was a divisional coach between B4 and B5. That's where the firing took place first. So Tikaram was killed over there. From there, he walked the entire coach and he entered to another compartment. And that's where he killed the another passenger. His name was Abdul Kadar. And then he went ahead and he traveled to pantry coach also. And there he killed another passenger. He has been identified as Saifullah from Hyderabad. And then he went ahead to the sleeper coach that was S6. And there he killed a passenger inside the coach. So people were quite scared. And the main thing that these passengers have told us that Chetan Singh had asked them to shot these videos, after he killed another passenger. His name was Asghar Ali, and that's when he was killed him at S6 coach.
Right. And speaking of this video where Chetan could be heard making communal comments, many people and leaders have pointed out the potential communal angle in this shooting, especially because all his other victims were from the minority community, right?
Exactly. This entire communal angle which is coming up is only after the video where Mr. Chetan Singh, who has been arrested and right now in the police custody, he was talking about Hindustan, Pakistan, and then he has been telling all people, you have to vote certain section of people or section of party people only. So that was the thing. However, police right now is trying to understand whether this video is actually real or fake, or whether it has been, wrongly been misused as such. So forensic test basically of this audio videos are going on right now. The investigation is going on, but the person who was accompanying the third identified passenger who was also killed, his name was Saifullah, who is from Hyderabad. So the passenger was accompanied by another person with him. So he told the police that before the firing took place, before he was killed, the constable took him at gunpoint and he went to the pantry car and he was asked, basically it is his allegation that he was asked that whether he's a Muslim guy, and that's why he was taken to the pantry coach, and thereafter he was killed there. So even Owaisi, who is from Hyderabad, the member of parliament, he also spoke about the incident. He tweeted about that person who has been killed. So there was from Telangana, Nampalli, where exactly this man used to belong. From there, the MLA had come with his family to take the deceased body. And at that time also they told that, this entire issue was about the argument that took place between the two communities. So yes, the police are yet to investigate what exactly has happened. Was it a hate communal angle into this entire incident is what police is investigating.
And can you tell us how the investigation is going? Have the police given any updates?
So yeah, the police is investigating the entire case by taking the statements of the passengers. And of course, they are also investigating the case by trying to understand what exactly Chetan Singh has to say all about. They have met his family members also. Chetan Singh belongs from Hathras. It is quite important to understand that it is being told by the police also now that he was facing some mental health issues, and that is being investigated. But he had taken a holiday. He was on leave for past 12 days before he resumed to his duty. So he was at Hathras, and thereafter on July 18th he resumed to his service, and thereafter he was on the escort duty. So it is not for the first time that he was accompanying Tikaram also. Prior to this also he went for the escort duty with Tikaram and other constables. So what exactly triggered? Was he really not keeping well? Was it a communal angle with regards to this firing that took place? It is under investigation, and police is trying to find out through CCTV cameras, through passengers, and through, of course, the accused who has been arrested to understand the chronology of this entire incident, basically.
Right. And Sweetie, it was later found out that Chetan had faced disciplinary actions in the past. So talk to us about that.
Yes, Chetan before transferred to Mumbai was in the Bhavnagar Ratlam division of RPF division, and before that he was posted in Ujjain, that also comes in the Ratlam division. So 5 years back he has faced insubordinate action. Basically he was not a disciplined candidate is what the police have told us, and the officials have told us, and the sources have told us. So basically he used to always have arguments with his seniors, and that's why disciplinary actions were taken. However, after 5 years when he was posted to other divisions like Bhavnagar and Mumbai, there was no such recent case which took place and no action was ongoing. However, police and the sources and the top officials from Western Railways have also told us that he was facing issues, he was having issues with his seniors. There have been past complaints that where he was found arguing with the officials. So action were taken, but the cause was not identified. It is also to be understood that RPF constables usually go fitness test and health test every 5 years. So this was also done, and during that time nothing was found out is what the police have told us and what the Western Railway top officials have told us. So they are trying to corroborate the entire incident which has happened on July 31st, and they are trying to understand basically the situation that happened on that day.
Right. And can you tell us how the government has reacted to this entire incident?
Well, the Railway Police, that is the Ministry of Railway from Delhi, has formed a 5-members committee, and the reports are expected to be finished and submitted within 3 weeks. So very topmost officials are involved in this entire investigation. Apart from GRP police, they are doing the investigation. So only after the investigation comes up, and the reports been submitted, we can understand what exactly has been found out. So yes, they have been given a 3 weeks time from the incident day that this committee will find out what exactly has happened. And yes, there have been reactions from different political parties also, since the monsoon session was ongoing. So the issue was raised in the monsoon session also. But yes, until and unless the reports won't come, no such comment from the government has been made as such. But a committee has been formed to investigate the entire episode of July 31st in Jaipur-Mumbai Superfast Express train that claimed 3 passengers' life and 1 constable life.
And next we talk about a recent phenomenon in Punjab's marriage market. Over the last few years, matrimonial advertisements in Punjabi newspapers and on social media point to a new trend in the state. According to the Indian Express's Divya Goyal, who reports on Punjab for the paper, young men who want to settle abroad but face difficulty in clearing the mandatory IELTS test are increasingly seeking brides with good IELTS scores.
These days, on every Sunday, the matrimonial ads in papers and on Facebook and social media, they are flooded with the NRI rishte and IELTS rishte, in which the girl specifically mentions that I have got 6, 7 or 8 bands in IELTS. So if any boy is interested in spending the money on my education, and he can contact me, and then we'll go and I'll send the sponsorship papers. Similarly, the boy's family puts the ads like, we need IELTS clear girl because our son wants to go abroad on spouse visa. We will bear all the expenses, just that the girl needs to have this much band in IELTS.
IELTS, or International English Language Testing System, is an English proficiency test required for individuals applying to countries like Canada, Australia and the UK for study, work or immigration purposes. And like Divya mentioned, young men from Punjab are now trying to immigrate to countries such as Canada based on the IELTS scores of their prospective brides.
So according to the data which has been shared by the IDP Education, which conducts the test, although nationally in India, over 1 million people appeared for IELTS from India in past 2 years, that is more than 10 lakh people, out of which nationally men were more than women, whereas in Punjab the trend is opposite. In Punjab it's 53% women, that is more than half compared to men. So basically IELTS right now is the basic condition on the basis of which the matrimonials are being fixed in Punjab. Other than other conditions, it is going abroad which has taken over the matrimonial scene also.
According to Divya, in most of these cases, the modus operandi remains the same. Young men find a suitable match, ensure the prospective bride has a good IELTS score, and agree to fund her travel and education in a foreign country.
It's a quid pro quo because girls also are from the underprivileged families. They want to study abroad but they don't have money. So they look for the boys who are rich. They look for the boys who can sponsor their education, their families, and that's how it works. And once the girl goes there, she sends the sponsorship documents for the boy, and then he can also go there and work there. Because the person who goes on study visa, his or her spouse can get open work permit, which means they can work there. And after some years, both the couple can apply for the PR, permanent residency. So this is the route which is being taken by men these days.
But Divya says that many of these marital alliances haven't exactly had fairy tale endings. Lately, there have been a string of cheating cases filed by the families of grooms alleging that the brides refused to stick to the deal.
So it is backfiring in a way that things are not going as planned. Sometimes even if the woman, gets the visa, sends the sponsorship papers for her husband, his visa is not approved. Twice, thrice it is rejected. Because of this rejection, a boy or his family, they feel that they have been cheated because they spent almost 20, 30, 40 lakhs to send the girl abroad. And when their son fails to go abroad, they feel cheated and they file a police case. Also, there are several cases in which girls change their minds after going abroad because after going to Canada, they realize that the guy is not that educated. It was just a mutual exchange of convenience. There was no emotions attached. attached. So girls want to end the marriage. Misunderstandings crop up due to long distance, and then she stops attending his calls, or she stops responding to the messages.
And this is exactly what happened in one case in Ludhiana. Divya recounts that case for us.
So there has been one such case of Ludhiana where a woman, she was a minor when she went abroad. She was 17. So the marriage was not possible. So the families agreed that once she will complete her studies, she will come back and then marry the boy. However, after going abroad, she fell in love with somebody else, and she returned to India, but she did not marry that guy. She married the guy whom she had fell in love with. So after the first boy's family got to know about it, they filed the case. And then the girl and her family returned their money. So the case ended in a compromise.
But not all these cases have ended so amicably. In Ludhiana alone, at least 12 such incidents were reported in July, which according to police officials can be very tricky to handle at times.
So why police is now finding these cases tricky is because they are not even sure if they will stand in the court, because there is no written agreement between the boy's family and the girl's family. It's all verbal. And secondly, in some cases, after the girl has changed her mind to not to continue with that marriage or engagement, she has returned, she or her family, they returned the money they had taken from the boy's family. So once you return the money, it is no more cheating. Cheating is claimed only on the basis of money, that we spent money on her education and now she's backtracking. And also, in some cases, the couples moved abroad. The boy had gone abroad, and after reaching there, they had misunderstandings. They want to file for divorce. They found that they are not compatible, and it is an issues between the couple. The boy had gone there, so after that, if they find that they can't live together, then even that is not cheating. So, but back home, the boy's parents, they filed the FIR against the woman that we gave the money, but now she's not calling our son. So there are several such cases where the cheating angle is not standing. So that's why police is now finding them tricky, and they are studying each case on individual basis.
And finally, we give a quick update on Nuh. The authorities demolished scores of houses and other structures in Haryana's Nuh district on Friday, days after communal violence broke out in the area during a rally by the Bajrang Dal and the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, and which soon spread to nearby Gurgaon, killing 6 people, including 2 home guards.
अब हमारे रहने के लिए ना सोने के लिए जगह ना बैठने के लिए जगह कहाँ बैठेंगे कहाँ धूप में तपेंगे.
The former Nuh Deputy Commissioner Prashant Panwar told a press conference that structures were raised on encroached land in the district. He said officials of the Forest Department removed encroachments from about 5 acres of land behind the Nalhar Shiv temple. It was at this temple where the yatra had begun. A senior police officer told the Indian Express that the demolition had nothing to do with the communal violence. However, Ashwini Kumar, Nuh's sub-divisional magistrate, told reporters that the owners whose buildings have been bulldozed, they were found to be involved in the communal clashes.
ये जो अभी दंगे हुए हैं उनमें भी इनकी संलिप्तता पाई गई है, इसलिए मनोहर लाल जी के आदेश से हमने प्रशासन ने इन पे कार्रवाई करते हुए इनको जमींदोज कर दिया. इनमें से कुछ लोग
In Chandigarh, Haryana Home Minister Anil Vij said that 202 people have been arrested for the violence and 80 more have been taken into preventive detention over the violence. He also called the clashes pre-planned and promised action against the accused.
गोली चली है, गोलियां वैसे ही लोगों ने रखे हुए हैं, हथियार कोई ना कोई लेके आया है हथियार. तो ये सारा प्लानिंग के साथ हुआ है. ये देखिए ये बहुत बड़ा गेम प्लान है और हम इसकी पूरी गहराई तक जा रहे हैं. नहीं देखिए.
Meanwhile, Vij said curfew in Nuh was being relaxed from time to time and that the internet services, which were barred following the violence, would be restored as soon as possible. You were listening to 3 Things by the Indian Express. Today's show was hosted by me, Rahel Philipose, and was written and produced by Utsa, Sarmin, me, Rahel Philipose, and Shashank Bhargava. It was edited and mixed by Suresh Pawar. If you like the show, then do subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also recommend the show to someone who you think will like it. Share it with a friend or someone in your family. It's the best way for people to get to know about us. You can also tweet us at Express Podcast and write to us at podcast@indianexpress.com.